The biological inspiration behind genetic algorithms at their heart, genetic algorithms mimic the process of biological evolution. Darwinian principles of survival of the fittest drive the algorithm to evolve better solutions over successive generations. Individuals in a population represent candidate solutions encoded as chromosomes. Each chromosome contains genes that correspond to parameters affecting the fitness of a solution. Fitness evaluation determines which individuals contribute to the next generation through reproductive mechanisms like crossover and mutation. Natural selection: only the highest fitness individuals survive to reproduce, ensuring progressive improvement of the population. Mutation: random alterations in genes introduce diversity, preventing premature convergence to local optima. The interplay between selection pressure and mutation rates creates a balance between exploitation of good solutions and exploration of new possibilities. This dynamic mirrors evolutionary adaptation in nature. By abstracting biological processes into mathematical operations, GAs provide a robust framework for optimizing systems that defy analytical modeling due to complexity or uncertainty. Core components of a genetic algorithm: a successful implementation requires careful design of several key elements working together in harmony. The representation of solutions defines how genetic operators manipulate them during reproduction cycles. Fitness functions quantify solution quality based on domain-specific objectives. Higher values indicate better performance according to defined criteria, guiding the selection process effectively. Crossover operators combine traits from parent chromosomes to generate offspring. Single-point crossover swaps gene segments between pairs, while uniform crossover randomly selects genes from both parents. Mutation introduces small random changes to prevent stagnation. Bit flip mutations alter binary strings, whereas Gaussian mutations adjust numerical values probabilistically. Population size influences diversity and computational cost. Smaller populations may converge faster but risk losing optimal solutions prematurely. Selection mechanisms determine which individuals reproduce. Roulette wheel selection weights probabilities by fitness scores, while tournament selection compares subsets before choosing winners. Termination conditions signal when to stop evolving. Fixed iteration limits or achieving acceptable fitness thresholds commonly serve as stopping points depending on application requirements. Implementing genetic algorithms step by step. To implement a GA, first define the problem space clearly. Identify decision variables representing possible configurations and establish constraints limiting feasible solutions. Create initial populations by randomly generating valid candidates covering different regions of the search landscape. Ensure sufficient diversity to avoid getting trapped in narrow areas early on. Evaluate all individuals using custom-designed fitness functions tailored to your objective function. Normalize results if comparing across dissimilar metrics to maintain consistency. Select mating pools based on relative fitness contributions. Techniques like elitism preserve top-performing individuals unaltered through generations. Apply crossover operators to selected pairs to produce offspring. Maintain population sizes consistently by replacing least fit members with newly generated ones. Incorporate mutation after recombination to inject novelty periodically. Carefully tune mutation probability levels to strike balances between stability and innovation. Iterate through these steps until meeting termination criteria. Monitor progress visually using plots tracking average fitness improvements over time. Analyzing convergence patterns helps diagnose algorithm behavior. Slow progression might suggest poor parameter choices requiring recalibration of control settings. Optimization challenges solved by genetic algorithms. Genetic algorithms excel in tackling combinatorial optimization problems involving discrete choices among numerous alternatives. Examples include vehicle routing, scheduling tasks, and circuit design optimizations. Multi-objective scenarios benefit greatly from GAs since they naturally handle trade-offs between competing goals simultaneously rather than sequentially optimizing individual targets. Non-differentiable landscapes pose difficulties for gradient-based approaches but remain tractable for GAs navigating rugged terrain through stochastic sampling procedures. Noisy environments containing random disturbances challenge conventional optimization techniques but don't significantly impact GA effectiveness due to inherent randomness built in during reproduction stages. Highly constrained domains require specialized encoding schemes, ensuring feasibility checks occur automatically whenever modifying candidate solutions. GAs also manage deceptive problems where simple heuristics fail because apparent good paths lead away from true optimality. Their global search capabilities overcome such pitfalls effectively. Dynamic systems undergoing constant change find value in online GA variants adapting continuously instead of operating on static snapshots of current states. Diverse applications across industries in manufacturing, GAs optimize production schedules, minimizing idle times while respecting equipment availability limitations. They assist in determining efficient assembly line layouts, reducing material handling costs substantially. Transportation networks leverage GAs for route planning purposes, finding shortest paths considering traffic congestion patterns dynamically updated throughout day cycles. Financial institutions apply GAs to portfolio management tasks, balancing returns against risks, appropriately distributing investments across varied asset classes strategically. Biomedical researchers use GAs analyzing protein structures, predicting folding behaviors, accurately identifying functional sites critical for drug discovery initiatives. Game developers incorporate GAs, creating adaptive AI opponents capable of evolving strategies, responding intelligently to player actions, maintaining competitive engagement levels. Telecommunications providers employ GAs, configuring network infrastructures, allocating resources efficiently, maximizing bandwidth utilization amidst fluctuating demand levels. Environmental conservation efforts utilize GAs, designing wildlife corridors, connecting fragmented habitats, promoting species migration, facilitating ecological resilience, building sustainably. Evaluating performance metrics for genetic algorithms. Measuring success involves quantifying improvements achieved compared baseline benchmarks established previously. Key indicators include percentage reductions in processing durations or increases in profit margins realized post-optimization. Convergence speed assesses how quickly populations approach optimal solutions, typically measured counting generations required, reaching stable fitness plateaus within tolerance ranges. Diversity indices track variation degrees maintained across populations, helping identify when premature convergence occurs, needing adjustment of mutation rates or expansion of population sizes. Robustness evaluates reliability across multiple test cases, measuring deviation amplitudes observed when rerunning simulations under identical conditions, revealing consistency, strengths, weaknesses. Solution quality rankings compare final outputs against known optimal answers, establishing gap distances remaining unfilled, indicating room for further refinements. Computational efficiency gauges resource consumption, calculating CPU hours spent versus gains obtained, justifying investment decisions regarding implementation viability. Scalability tests determine adaptability capacities, assessing whether frameworks handle growing input complexities without proportionally increasing execution times excessively. Common pitfalls and how to avoid them. Poor parameter tuning often leads to suboptimal outcomes, manifesting either as slow convergence speeds or unstable fluctuations, hindering meaningful progress toward desirable endpoints. Overfitting occurs when overly specific representations become too tightly coupled with training data, failing generalizations outside original contexts, compromising broader applicability potentials. Local minima traps happen frequently when search spaces contain deceptive features, misleading algorithms astray, necessitating escape mechanisms, incorporating diversification tactics systematically. Inadequate initialization distributions sometimes concentrate starting points, narrowly restricting exploratory reach, limiting chances, discovering globally superior arrangements scattered widely across solution manifolds. Lack of effective constraint handling can result in invalid solutions, violating hard boundaries, requiring repair routines, integrating penalty terms, penalizing transgressions, discouraging future violations. Insufficient archival records deprive retrospective analyses, missing opportunities, examining historical trajectories, diagnosing systemic issues, impeding long-term enhancements. Ignoring parallelization benefits reduces throughput efficiencies, unnecessarily prolonging completion timelines achievable otherwise, exploiting distributed computing architectures available today. Advanced topics in genetic algorithm research. Hybrid approaches combining GAs with other metaheuristics enhance overall effectiveness, leveraging complementary advantages, strengthening combined methodologies, surpassing individual capabilities separately. Multi-population strategies divide searching tasks among isolated groups, exchanging knowledge periodically, fostering cross-pollination ideas, accelerating collective discoveries synergistically. Adaptive parameter control adjusts operator frequencies, dynamically observing system responses, fine-tuning controls, reacting smartly, environmental shifts, maintaining equilibrium states stably. Mimetic algorithms integrate local search phases, refining promising candidates, improving precision levels, augmenting basic evolutionary dynamics, adding sharpened focus points critically. Estimation of distribution algorithms replace traditional crossover with probabilistic models, capturing dependencies, enabling informed sampling, directing attention productively towards productive zones, likely harboring better solutions. Quantum-inspired GAs borrow quantum mechanics concepts, utilizing superposition, allowing simultaneous evaluations, exploring vast possibility spaces, exponentially expanding coverage extents rapidly. Surrogate-assisted methods accelerate evaluations, approximating expensive computations, building predictive models, reducing reliance, direct interactions, preserving accuracy standards reasonably. Future directions and emerging trends. Integration with deep learning architectures promises exciting developments, merging neural networks, pattern recognition abilities with gas optimization prowess, unlocking novel avenues, research exploration previously unimaginable. Cloud-native implementations enable scalable deployments, leveraging elastic compute resources, adjusting capacities, automatically matching workload demands seamlessly without manual intervention overheads. Explainable AI interfaces facilitate transparency, making black box predictions interpretable, clarifying rationale behind suggested modifications, aiding trust-building relationships, stakeholders involved. Automated hyperparameter tuning streamlines configuration selections, eliminating trial-and-error guesswork, discovering optimal settings, autonomously saving precious human hours wasted otherwise. Federated learning frameworks protect sensitive data, keeping private information secured locally, aggregating learned insights, centrally preserving confidentiality, guarantees essential industries, dealing confidential matters regularly. Quantum annealing devices offer hardware acceleration, potentially revolutionizing optimization speeds, executing complex calculations traditionally impractical, completing tasks orders magnitudes faster normally. Ethical considerations surrounding bias mitigation gain importance, ensuring fairness embedded throughout entire pipelines, addressing disparities unintentionally introduced during representation encoding processes inadvertently. Conclusion: genetic algorithms provide versatile tools for solving intricate optimization problems found across various domains. By emulating evolutionary processes, they navigate complex search spaces efficiently, uncovering high-quality solutions that might be missed by conventional approaches. Understanding their inner workings enables practitioners to apply them judiciously, tailoring implementations to match specific problem characteristics. With ongoing advancements pushing boundaries further, GAs continue evolving as indispensable assets within modern computational toolkits.